Welcome to the 2016 edition of the Campagnolo GFNY Championship in New York City. The championship in May is the crown jewel of the GFNY World Series, which now includes events in France, Italy, Mexico, Germany, Colombia, Uruguay, Argentina, and Indonesia. For the sixth year in a row, thousands of cyclists from 93 countries lined up on the George Washington Bridge to tackle the formidable 100-mile route. One country in particular has dominated for the past 3 years. That's Colombia. Former men's and women's champions Raul Montaña and Camila Cortez were back to defend their titles. But that didn't intimidate Gabby Epstein, a New York pro who stormed off the bridge into Fort Lee, quickly distancing himself from the rest of the field. By Alpine Hill, Epstein was all alone, over a minute up the road from the peloton. A huge chase group followed steadily behind him, but not fast enough to satisfy two riders, New Yorker Mike Marguerite, who rides for the Weather Channel team, and the Colombian Alejandro Bello. The duo joined forces at mile 35 near Haverstraw to chase Epstein down. As the race approached Baby Bear, Marguerite continued to gain ground on Epstein, but Bello fell back. Meanwhile, in the chase group, riders continued to soft pedal, seemingly oblivious, while Marguerite charged ahead. Epstein finally cracked on Bear. Marguerite caught him and then kept on hammering, hitting speeds of up to 58 miles per hour on the descent. As for that chase group, they finally organized themselves near the top of Bear Mountain. The now smaller pack included Colombians Enrique Quiñones, Eric Amon, Carlos Trujillo, and Gabriel Corredor, the Italian Riccardo Pichetta, and New York City local Aderlyn Cruz. Montaña made a valiant effort to stay with the group, but at age 44, his legs seemed to finally fail him. Marguerite was now flying solo, buffeted by gusty winds as he sped over the hills towards home. Trujillo bravely pulled the chase group along, but with no one else willing to share the work, the attempt to reel in Marguerite descended into chaos. The chase group of race favorites proved so disorganized that by mile 70, New Yorker Alan Rigo of Lupus Racing was able to catch them. Meanwhile, Marguerite was increasing his lead to nearly 5 minutes. Could the chasers sense the race was slipping away, or did they still think they had a chance? Whatever they might have hoped, it didn't matter to Marguerite. Michael Marguerite rode away to victory after a spectacular solo effort of over 50 miles, winning in a time of 4:30:25. Amazing. The Colombian men all faded in the end, and it was a New York City sweep of the podium. Alan Rigo came in second with a time of 4:36:51, and Aderlyn Cruz rounded out the top three with a time of 4:36:58. But Colombia still had plenty to cheer about. In the women's race, Camila Cortez came back from a broken elbow just 3 weeks ago to win again, crushing the field for a third year in a time of 4:51:21. Second place went to Marcela Toldi of Brazil in 5:12:16, and third place to Heather Lowe of Canada in 5:19:06. After the race, GFNY riders, friends, and family gathered in the GFNY Finish Village in Fort Lee, New Jersey to celebrate their accomplishments with delicious Rana pasta, drink, music, and prizes. And, like every year, the overall men's and women's champions got to celebrate with a little something extra special. Pro-level bikes from DeRosa with Campagnolo components. And don't forget the champagne! For Campagnolo GFNY, I'm Whit Raymond. Thanks for watching, and don't wait! Sign up now for one of the many GFNY events around the world, and be a pro for a day.